everybody, NaMo here. Today we're continuing the Laser Optimus Scourge Evolution Collection. Today we are looking at the Legacy Laser Optimus and the Velocitron 500 Scourge Nemesis Prime, whichever you want to call him. But this mold, he is definitely Scourge. We are actually going to talk more about Scourge than we are Laser Optimus because he's my favorite, I think, in comparison. Scourge looks a whole lot better. My issue with this version of Laser Prime is he has so much gray. Now, the original toy does have two stickers over the windshield chest plate, so it's not translucent, and there's definitely not a matrix of leadership inside his chest. That was a 1990s toy, and they didn't have that kind of option. So I think he is a little kind of muted in his torso and shoulders. Now you can kind of say the same thing about Scourge, as far as the entire color palette right here is black, but he does have these teal accents on the chest, around the windshield, around these blasters. You can, if you pull these up, this is the translucent red that they use in these windscreens. There is a shiny silver for his abs, and his hips and thighs are a darker kind of metallic looking gray, whereas with Laser Optimus it's silver, a little bit of blue, all gray. I think they put the translucent blue for these missiles in his shoulder launchers, but once you cover that up, it's gone. There is no break in the gray with that little bit of blue hidden behind that. So he just seems really washed out to me. There's a big difference here in his shins and his wrists, and then of course the blue for his head. I don't think I can get close enough or get a good enough picture for his head sculpt. Lighting kind of sucks today. I am doing this actually during the day, so like I have no lighting. But I don't know if you can see that head sculpt. It actually is pretty good. Kind of wish they had painted his eyes a little bit different so that they could actually stand out a little. Scourge, I believe, has a little bit of light piping. Yeah, you can kind of see it coming in, but you definitely see the red of his eyes, the teal along the side of his head sculpt. I mean, even with my crappy camera, this is coming through. You should be able to see that pretty well. I think he has done amazingly. It does have the G2 Autobot symbols. They are upside down, which is how the original toy was, which is great. And I think it's a nice little head nod to the original figure. So as far as articulation goes, so his head is on a ball joint, so it does swivel back and forth. There is a little bit of up and down, more so if you unpeg the the neck piece. It's really just for transformation because it does fold back, but I mean, you can use it to have him look even further up. It just looks a little odd. His shoulders do go up and down to give a little bit more movement. It doesn't actually block it too much. That's as far up as the shoulders would go, even with these out of the way. There is just a little stoppage because you can see it is a square piece and it just stops. It does have a light ratchet for rotation. He's got a bicep swivel. He has elbow movement. He has wrist rotation, as you can see by me doing this. Full 360 in wrist. He does have waist swivel. His legs can go forward and back and all the way out. He does have knee joints. He kind of has rotation in the thighs. There it goes. You got to have it at the right kind of angle, because these corners, these sharp corners, they kind of get in the way if you have it at a certain angle. But he does also have toe movement and heel. And then he does have ankle tiltage. So he is very, very articulated. And again, just absolutely gorgeous. Exact same mold, exact same head sculpt, different paint apps. So all the articulation is the same in both, which is why we are doing both in the same video. Same with the Titan's Return as we have done previously. Same mold, just different repaint. Now we also do have trailers. So these trailers, there's nothing really much to them. This is Scourge's. As you can see, it's just black and gray. That is it. This one is Optimus. It is black gray with red accents. I do still plan sometime when I actually have the money to get the Toy Hacks repro labels for Laser Optimus, which would go in each one of these panels, and it gives him the graphics that the original G2 Laser Optimus had. This little turret does come off, and it can plug in to any part of Optimus as a gun itself. I like the look and the aesthetic of the trailers when they are in vehicle mode. The original figures, they turned into a battle platform, which was heavily armored, heavily weaponized, and then you get this one. So we flip this up, we spread these out. This is an extra weapon that both of them have. It's like a little axe. The sword can plug into it like this. The original one didn't have that, and I don't really like this thing. I think it's kind of stupid. So that is why I keep it inside the trailer, out of sight. But fold these sides down. You can flip this little ramp down. And then you've got a little robot arm dealy thing. I don't really know what that is for. This is just a 5mm port that plugs into that hole to give it the swivel. It does have a hinge here. This gun is also on its own little hinge, own little turret, so it can swivel around and become the battle platform that they can stand behind, and you can act like you're shooting something with it. It kind of seems like an afterthought. It's almost like they just made the trailer and then we're like, oh yeah, we got to give it the battle platform gimmick. But we don't have enough material. We don't have enough stuff to overdo it and make it like the original. When we do the original figures, I'll show you what I mean. When I get them into robot mode, I'll show you the differences between them and these. And then when I get the battle platform, fixed in the original, I'll show you the difference between that and these. Because this is underwhelming. There is a kit, I believe DNA put it out. DNA always puts out amazing kits where you can take this whole trailer, and there's some attachments you can put onto it that turns it into this big, massive gun. You can flip this little robot arm down so that it can stand on its own when it's not hooked up to the trailer. But at this point in time, I have no plans on getting that DNA kit. I'm displaying these in their vehicle mode, which we are getting into now. That kit is only for like robot mode. It has really nothing to do with the vehicle mode. Since I display them in vehicle mode, it's kind of pointless to me. So to get him into vehicle mode, we take this backpack and we fold it out as such. We take his head, we flip it back into the back. We untab his shoulders and we fold those up so you can see. And we flip them around, not all the way just yet. We undo his chest piece. We bend him back just a little bit to untab these sections here. I don't think you can see it that well, but there is a tab there that plugs into this hole. So you have to fold his back backwards just a little bit to be able to flip these sections down. Then I totally forgot to put his hands away. If you open up his wrists like this, I prefer to put his hands facing this way, because then I can reach in, grab his thumb with my fingernail and flip it out. Put that back there. We flip it around to where it folds all the way in. This gray piece needs to be facing up. We're going to do this wrist as well. Fold it back to where the thumb's facing up. We'll fold it in just like that. And we'll keep them up like that. Now, break his abs, fold them behind his chest, and then spin the entire piece up and inside like that. Now we can pull these up, connect them back together. Then we want to fold these panels up to the side here, spin the waist, put the legs together and fold down the feet. Flip out the fake gas tanks, which are really annoying because they don't clip into anything and they just fold in anyways when you're messing with it. But we fold this in, fold the legs back, and then we tab it into place with these. Oh, that just came loose. There we go. With these side pieces. There is a tiny little tab. I don't think you can see it right here. And you can probably see that little hole there. It just tabs on there. And then just bend these pieces down and the cab down. And there is vehicle mode. And again, these gas tanks folded themselves in. I think that is the stupidest addition. I had the same problem with Earthrise Optimus. I think these are the stupidest additions. They don't lock in. You just barely touch them. They fold in. So screw it. Just fold them in. Who cares? So then you fold this little piece in. Put the trailer there. And there you have Scourge. And that is untabbed. There we go. There you have Scourge in his vehicle mode. Whoop. Holding it like this, it's a bit. The trailer does rotate on the axis, like any trailer should. There is enough clearance that all the wheels roll when you're rolling it around. And let me take this back off. There are two square pegs there. Or I'm sorry, two square slots there, two square pegs here. And you can store the sword on the vehicle as you would in vehicle mode of the original toys as well. Now, I'm going to skip ahead right now to where this guy is back in vehicle mode. Alright, and there we have it. So there's Laser Optimus in his vehicle mode. Let me grab Scourge. There's Scourge in his vehicle mode. And here is the comparison. Scourge has a lot of black, very little teal in this mode. But those red windscreens are just gorgeous. Optimus has a lot of coloring in this mode. The silver for the front, the red flames, the black just all over. Well, it's kind of like a dark gray, but the blue windscreens, the very, very light gray here in the middle, the very dark gray here, the blue for the toes. He's not as washed out in this mode as he is in the robot mode. I think he is absolutely gorgeous in this mode. Scourge could have done with a little bit more teal, in my opinion. Although the tribal pinstriping here, the tribal pinstriping there, the teal accent around this windscreen, and the chrome for the pipes and the front of the vehicle, just it's a decent enough amount of accents. Just kind of wish there was a little bit more. So in vehicle mode, honestly, I would say that Laser Optimus has the better looking of the vehicle mode, just because there's more color, more accents. Robot mode, it's definitely Scourge. Vehicle mode, it's Laser Optimus. Now, again, you have trailers. Let's get them put on them. So this is what they look like with their trailers. The trailers are similar in the sort of, they're the same color scheme, besides the red in Laser Optimus, and it does have gray wheel wells where the Scourge has black. So with the trailer on, Scourge actually looks really good. The gray of the tank gives him enough accent that it's a lot better than if he didn't have the tank. But yeah, they are both just amazing figures. I highly recommend seeking them out. The only similarities they have with Earthrise Prime, which is, mini masterpiece, is the legs. They share the same legs. That's really it. They have the same matrix, goes in the chest. They just reused that mold, yes, but they shared the legs, and just these modes all together just look absolutely amazing. So if you like this video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below. Definitely tell me which one of the two you prefer. I lean more towards Scourge, just because I kind of am biased towards Nemesis Prime. I really enjoy me a Nemesis Prime. Let me know which one of these two you lean more towards in the comments. Share the video, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Go into the description. There is a link in there that you can click on, and it'll take you to my YouTubes, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Discord, my Patreon. Definitely go check out the Patreon. That is the best way to support me. It helps me get better equipment to take videos here. It helps me get materials I need for the projects on my other YouTube channel. That is definitely the best way to go and support me. Otherwise, yeah, just like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all that stuff. Everything you can do to support me, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me just this little bit of your day just to listen to me talk about some figures that I enjoy. Definitely turn on your notifications, because the next video in this series will be the original, the G2 Laser Optimus, and the Car Robots Scourge. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. And until then, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.